Good. This is Val Fagan here, Proctor Institute consultant, working hand in hand with Bob Proctor and presenting to you today a very good broadcast on the science of getting rich, personal development, professional development, what you really want out of life. Living a fulfilled and abundant life is really the dream for every single one of us. This is my mentor here, my mentor and my coach for the last 3 years now. I've been studying with Bob diligently on a daily basis and even became one of his consultants at Proctor Institute. Bob Proctor is America's greatest prosperity teacher. If you want to set yourself up to live a life in abundance, I think that when we start learning those principles of the science of getting rich that Bob is so good at teaching, and I'm here conveying the message to you, you set yourself up for some good things to happen. He was also the star in the movie The Secret. I don't know if you watched the movie before. It was a movie based on the book written by Rhonda Byrne, the movie The Secret. Go and watch it. It's on YouTube everywhere. It has a little Hollywood touch that was not my favorite, but still there's some information in there that when you take those information to heart, everything starts changing around you. So are you up to have a rich relationship? Whatever you desire. The science of getting rich is the riches that you have inside of you, riches that can be measured with the value and the quality of your relationship, the quality of your health as well, abundant health. What are you looking for? Are you going to get in shape, in the best shape ever that you've ever done before? And the secret really is to start. When are you starting and commit yourself to the results that you want? Having a rich bank account also. Everyone wants to be free of financial concern. Every time I ask someone, what do you really want out of life? And they tell me, if I could only be free of all my financial concerns. And that is so true. But in fact, we're going to learn today what money is about. Money is actually a tool. It's our servant. It is not controlling your life. You control it. Or living in a rich environment, wherever you want to live, if it is in a luxurious environment like this, or just a cabin in the woods, or a hammock in front of the most wonderful beach, wherever you can be. Whatever it is for you to live in a rich environment, then it is good. Now, it is good because one of the wisest men on the planet, and also the richest man on the planet, King Solomon, talked about understanding first and foremost in the science of getting rich, who you truly are. That's where it all starts, okay? The science of getting rich is basically dissecting what's going on in your mind. What do you entertain in your mind in matters in relationship to riches? So with all that you're getting, said King Solomon, get understanding first and foremost. So if you truly want to understand actually the secret, and find the secret of this universe, you need to start thinking in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration. And on this, I want to talk to you about what we are made of. Do you see that this graphic illustration right here in the background of the slide is the graphic illustration of an atom? In fact, an atom is what composes everything and anything in this universe, you and I including in it. There are about 100 atoms, but it's the composition, the different combination between all the different atoms that create the diversity that we have on this planet Earth, and the uniqueness of every single one of us. But start thinking in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration in order to get rich. That is truly the foundation of what this science is about. And Nikola Tesla, being an inventor, the guy is a scientist, at a very, very high level. Now, we're going to talk about the mind. And the mind, in fact, Dr. Thurman Fleet, who was a chiropractor in 1934, understood that in order to feel well, we needed to eliminate the confusion that can be in our mind. So let this graphic illustration, this big circle, represent your mind, and the small circle representing the body. Now, the mind controls the body. This is a fundamental truth in the science of getting rich, that you really need to understand who you really are. Okay, you have a body, and inside this body, there is a magnificent mind who actually controls every single movement, every single action that you're going to take into the development of the riches that you're looking for. You see, Dr. Thurman Fleet said the mind is an activity, it's not a thing. The mind is not an organ, it's a function, okay? It exists in every cell of your body. And in order to gain clarity, we need to eliminate this confusion, what's going on in our mind, okay? Now, the mind is separated to make it, my mentor, Bob Proctor, is really good at reducing everything to the ridiculous. And so the mind being divided in two compartments, the conscious mind, which is your intellectual mind, that's what gives you the ability to think, and your subconscious mind. The subconscious mind is your emotional mind. And then there is the body, okay, who is here to put in actions, whatever you have in mind. Now, there is a true power, an energy, call it spirit, call it energy. Wallace D. Wattles, who's the writer of the book, The Science of Getting Rich, talked about a thinking stuff. There is a thinking stuff that permeates and penetrates every spaces of the universe, and you included. So it goes into and through you, and it gives you the ability to think and to have a dream, to build a vision in your conscious mind. Now, what needs to be done in that science of getting rich in order to get rich? You need to impress those ideas, those dreams onto your subconscious mind. And that's when you get in touch with your feelings. When you feel those emotions, if it is a positive emotion, you know you're involved with the right idea, with the right thought, with the right vision. If you're not feeling good, you're not involved with the right idea of the right thought. It's really important the purpose of life for every single one of us is to feel good and to keep feeling better. When you start feeling bad, you know you're on the right track. So it's time to correct at that time. So when you know you feel good, well, keep at it, because those good, positive emotions that really exalts you are going to create a vibration in your body. And you see, vibration, or actually levels of vibration, are frequency. We're going to talk about frequency in a moment. So when you are in a good vibration, you're going to start moving into action. When those vibration changes, action changes. And action is going to create a reaction in your environment that are going to produce the results that you want. So be conscious first and foremost in the science of getting rich to pay attention to the quality of your thoughts, first and foremost. Financial abundance, in science of getting rich, you want to measure with the dollars amount. What is financial abundance? Financial abundance are the constant thoughts and feelings of abundance, non-stop in your mind. You need to reprogram your mind. That is the creative process that we are looking at right now. You see, Napoleon Hill says, it takes no more effort to aim high in life, to demand abundance and prosperity, than it is to require and accept misery and poverty. What are you thinking when you think about your bank account? Do you think, I don't have enough on this bank account? Or do you see only the objective? I know this bank account is going to grow. Okay, so if you're earning, I don't know, $5,000 a month, $10,000 a month, $500,000 a month, what it is for you. See it growing, because it takes no more effort in your mind to demand abundance and prosperity than to require and accept poverty and misery. You see this picture? This picture was a photo actually that you can get when Simon Curlian in 1934, the same year, you see that Dr. Thurman Fleet put this graphic illustration of the stick person, illustrating the mind. Simon Curlian came up with a photography that actually show and can show the light that is going outside of your body. We are energy. Remember, you You're an atom. You're a mass of atom, a mass of energy, because when the atom was discovered and thought that it was the smallest particle in the body, quantum physics came along and split the atom. And what did they see inside? They see that it's pure energy. We are pure energy. That's what we are made of. You can take a photography right there. You can have it done. I had it done, and it's quite amazing. Go and Google, okay? Go and Google Simon Curlian photography, and you're going to understand that you attract what you are in harmony with. When you are in a bad vibration, in a lower frequency, involved with negative emotions, negative ideas, your light is not going to shine like this, and you're going to attract more of the same. So number one, steps one to understand the science of getting rich is knowing who you are. Now you know you're a mass of atom, you are a mass of energy, and you function on frequency. Number two is to have an attitude of gratitude. Doing the exercise of gratituding every day, being grateful for what you have, but it doesn't stay here, and eager for more. Don't be only satisfied with what you've got. This is programming, Most of our parents and guardians say, be grateful of what you have. Well, sometimes what you have, it's not enough. So be eager for more. Because when you ask for more, you receive more. You open your mind. It creates new neural pathways in your mind that is going to attract to you what you are in harmony with. Are you in harmony with growth, or are you in harmony with poverty? So gratitude actually is what connects you to source, to your source of supply. So knowing who you are, being in the state of gratitude for what you have, and eager for more. Now, keeping in mind that you need to have a creative mind. There is two planes of understanding, the creative versus the competitive mind. When you are in the competitive mind, you're not creating really. You are comparing yourself to the competition. You're diminishing basically what you are able to do. And on top of that, you're not connected to your source of supply. You're not connected to abundance right there, to the riches. So keep your mind open. Now, some people tell me I'm not creative. Only musicians, writers, people who are artists are creative. You're creating your life every single day. Even when you work in a cubicle somewhere in a big corporation, and sometimes your name doesn't mean a lot, you're part of it. You're creating something right there. So know that you have a lot of value, and know that you have a creative mind. The mind was given to you at birth. Now, what are you doing with it? Is the purpose of this invitation on the science of getting rich. It all starts with a curious and creative open mind. Napoleon Hill, who wrote the science, not the science of getting rich, but Think and Grow Rich, another book, that is very important to have in your library in personal development. He talks about being open-minded. When you're open-minded, again, you open your mind, you create new neural pathways and information, inspiration. You're getting inspired right there. When you're inspired, then there are thoughts that you had never thought before can come along. Here's a very good gem that I'm going to give you here on the science of getting rich. Starts in the mind, right? It starts of the quality of thoughts that you entertain. A multitude of thoughts are going to create an idea. So step number 4, create the idea, create what you really want. And once this idea is held in your mind and it's emphasized, you're going to focus on, you're going to apply your will on it, and nothing and no one is going to take you away from it, okay? You need to be very committed. That is feared or revered, so whether it is negative or positive, it will begin at once to clothe itself. We're talking about manifestation here, okay? The science of getting rich is basically getting those riches in your reality, isn't it? So clothing, the idea is going to clothe itself in the most convenient and appropriate physical form that's available. You are rich, okay? A book that my mentor, Val Proctor, wrote, You Were Born Rich. This is a really good book, and let's keep in touch. I can get your hands on that book, and we can mastermind on it. There's a lot of things that can be done with this book. But remember that you need to create the idea of what riches means to you. How do you want to be rich? What riches means to you really? What does it create in your mind? What kind of thoughts are you entertaining in the mind for it? Because you know that those thoughts, they will move into form. This definition here, this quote, reminds me of when we want to understand the principles of operations of mind, which is the true science on how to get control of your mind and get the riches, get what you want out of life. It is the definition of working with the law. There are different, the mind operates with the universal laws because, again, let's go back, we are atoms, okay? We're talking about basic science here. However, the mind operates and functions according to the universal law. The law of polarity, the law of gravity, the law, the law of attraction, okay? Now, when you understand how the mind can work with those laws, this law here is the law of perpetual transmutation of energy. So it can be confusing here, but it means literally what it means. Whatever you think about, at some point in time, it will move into form. Okay? Any idea that is held in the mind will move into form. It will clothe itself with the most convenient, appropriate physical form that's available. That is the magic, that is the science of being human. Okay? And for some of you, some might say, well, I don't think I believe that. Henry Ford, who was one of the interviewees that Napoleon Hill interviewed when he wrote the book Think and Grow Rich, Henry Ford says, whether you can or you can't, you are right. You decide whether you can or you can't. You see? Faith. Another point to ponder upon in the science of getting rich. Without faith, you'll get nowhere. You know what faith is? Because when you get into action, sometimes it's very scary. You've never done certain things, and so you don't think you're good enough. You don't think you know enough, and so on and so forth. And that diminishes your self-confidence, okay? So we learn basically how to boost ourselves up and have faith into the project that we want to create. Faith will allow you to see the invisible because you see your dream of riches is at a different frequency. You can see your life right now and you're living at a certain frequency. Your dream, your vision is at a different frequency. That's why it's invisible, okay? So it allows you, your mind, through the exercise of visioneering, utilizing, another mental faculty that is called imagination, spending some time with those mental faculties, you will be able to see the invisible. It will allow you also to believe in the incredible. If you don't believe in yourself, nothing and no one is going to do it for you. And that will allow you to receive what the masses think is impossible. You see the word impossible here? It's a combination of I am possible. I don't see impossible as impossible. With God, everything is possible. Within the bounds and limits of nature, without violating the rights of others, what is stopping you from getting what you want and become rich? Okay? Get into action. Start moving. So and write your goals. I hope you have a goal because the writing is going to cause the thinking. The more you write, the more you think. And what does thought do? It creates ideas in your mind, and the mind is going to start putting picture. So when you work like this, you entertain your mind with the right process, with the right information, with the right things to do. Now, another point, feel more than your present place. So now we're getting a little spiritual, and I take texts from different school of thoughts, from different philosophies. This one I think was so appropriate because in the science of getting rich, you must give first before you receive. The amount of what you give will be in constant ratio of what you receive. And when you give, it must be pressed down. Give everything you've got. Everything. And that's what I'm here today. I'm giving to you everything I've got. I study the material. I'm like, this is it, If you want to work with it, we can make a deal. But at this point in time, this is what I pull out. Shaken together, making that all the places that when you live, you occupy all your space. Not only half of it. That means what? For example, let's see an actor, for example, when he takes on upon a role, right, to do a movie, it embraces everything that the character must embrace. So feel all the spaces and the interspaces of your character. Running over. Running over means you feel that so much that it actually overflows. I've experienced the thing yesterday. I've been waiting on some deals, working with some law firm, and yesterday out of the blue, I just saw it in my inbox. They want their lawyers, to learn about the science of getting rich. So, but I keep my mind open. I never doubt a second that this material cannot be applied in any ways by anyone. So it will spill into your life. The way you give to others is the way God will give to you. So believe, in the spirit of abundance, in the spirit of opulence. There are some texts here that I would recommend that you go to. Thomas Troward, who was a psychologist beginning of 20th century, wrote some article about the spirit of opulence. Do every day what can be done, what must be done that day. And that requires discipline, you see. If you don't do every day what you're supposed to do, well, don't expect the results that you want, that you have in your mind, that you desire. What is discipline? Discipline is giving yourself a command and then follow it. Whether you go to the gym or whether you put a business plan. What are you gonna do today that is going to get you closer to your goal and become rich? Because your goal and your vision are what is going to fulfill you. Okay, this is truly what you want. Now give each person in excess, giving more, giving everything you've got to the cash value you will receive. I know that when I coach this material with people, they keep on growing and growing. There is no limit to what one can achieve when one learns how to apply those principles. Because no matter what, you're going to get paid what you're worth. Now, do you ask yourself the questions? How much are you worth? Are you worth $50,000 a year? Are you worth $100,000? Are you worth $500,000? Are you worth $1 million? Are you worth multi-million? What is your self-image in terms of your finances? It's very important. Napoleon Hill in Think and Grow Rich, chapter number 1, which is on desire, he wrote down 6 steps. 6 steps, and the first step is, how much do you want to earn? If you want to become rich, and having a fat bank account in order to do all those things, right? To be better, to do better, to have more and to give more. You need a fat bank account. We need to play. Money is here to be played with, okay? Money needs to be circulated. Money doesn't need to be in lack. Money is here, but it's up to you if you have it in mind or not, okay? Now, leave everyone with an impression of increase. I love this one because, well, this is a picture of a woman, but that's the way I wake up. Because every day I'm eager to receive an opportunity. I'm open, basically, to be delighted by what's coming up and make this day the best day of my life. Although the best day of my life is when I got married to my loved one 15 years ago. But every day can be another best day. Every day should be a best. Feel good and keep feeling better every day. That's the purpose in life. Because once you are in that kind of vibration, that is the true science that you're applying to yourself in order to get rich. Makes sense, huh? More sense now. You need to be curious. I am a very, very, very curious person. I say yes to just about anything. Sometimes I say no, but I just look at everything and anything. There is no cure for curiosity, you see. And curiosity sometimes, can challenge you. It is for sure. But man, it is the cure to boredom. If you're bored, if you're not satisfied, you can be happy with your life. But if you're not satisfied, move. Take some action. Be curious. Investigate. what's going on, okay? Now, investigate is when you start thinking into results. I'm here to offer you a programs here that we do with Proctor Institute. This is a highly structured program for 6 months. I'll be delighted to spend with you the first session, the worthy idea. I want to know what you have in mind, what it is that is going to make you rich. I want to know. I like to interview people and say, what is it that is going to make you rich? Rich, abundance on your bank account, abundance in your love life, abundance in your environment, abundance in your job, in your profession, or in your company if you're an entrepreneur and self-employed. Now, this program goes for 6 months, and I usually charge $49.97 for it. It is very much an investment. I totally understand it. And I remember when Bob Proctor said, well, Val, do you want to study with us? I became a client. I invested every single dime I had because I knew that what was going on afterwards. I knew it. I've been in the wellness industry for the last 20-something years. I've studied those material, but not in depth as far as the science of getting rich than I'm doing now. So during this holiday season, I want to be generous, and I'm going to knock it down to $1,000 more, $1,000 less, $39.97. But people have told me, and actually Bob had told me, be generous, overflow, be more generous as you can be, and offer that to more and more people, because when more and more people live that way, Wallace D. Waddell says, you don't get rich by doing certain things. You get rich by doing things in a certain way. The certain way is understanding. It's laid out for you in 12 sessions that we do within a period of 6 months, where you listen to Bob, we get together every other week, and I make sure that you stay on track, because it is so easy to get off the wagon. So easy. But you know what? Rich and successful people are not the one who get off the wagon. So today, if you make a decision, it's $39.97. One-on-one with me for 6 months, and Bob Proctor and Sandy Gallagher, in order for you to become rich. So what I want you to do, I want you to make a decision, because without you making a decision, there is nothing that is going to happen. Join the coaching program. Just send me an email with your name, your phone number, and your country, your time zone, basically, that would allow me, to contact you in decent hours. And you have my email here. Write it down. Send me an email. If you have your iPhone ready, just pick up the phone. It costs nothing to figure out first and foremost your purpose, your vision, and your goal. And we're going to see if you can qualify to study more in depth the science of getting rich. These are a few testimonials that I've gathered from people that I've worked in the past and I'm still working with, because personal development is a continuous process. The more you learn, the more you apply, the more you grow. And the more you grow, whatever you are in harmony with, you will attract. That is the true science. So again, today, make a decision, okay? It doesn't cost anything but just your will to join this coaching program with us, because it will show you things that you've never shown before. That's what a coach is about. We're going to not challenge you, but to show you that you have true riches within you. And when we start digging out, you'll be amazed. In a year from now, you would be amazed. You're going to need a telescope to see where you started. So I want to thank you very much to be live with me again on Facebook. And I can't wait to be talking to you directly. Thank you so much. You have a great rest of your day, and we'll see you soon. Bye-bye.